welcome to JB Trio Podcast, Season 6, Episode 17, the finale. I'm Lee McDonald Jr.
Chris, the comeback kid, Woodmansey.
And subbing in for Mark tonight is the not-so-ancient warrior, Neil, Mr. Neil Brady. Thanks for subbing for Mark.
Anytime, thank you.
And joining us as guest tonight is Mr. Kyle Howell, the winner of the first half of the league. Thanks for joining, Kyle.
And the best bowler on his team.
I might have to agree with that because he's he's number one right now for MVP, which we'll get to a little bit later. But thanks for joining, Kyle.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. So we got a lot to cover tonight. So we've got the winner of the first half. The first half is over. We'll go over those results here in a second. We've got the big bracket tonight. Neil's going to have some fun with his segment that he created tonight. And we're also going to do the final results of the Beat Mark's Picks night tonight. So even though Mark's not here, I have the results.
Yeah, he won't tell me.
You want to stick around to the end for those results.
Yeah, I can't wait. I better
win. It's going to be exciting. But anyway, guys, so we just had our position round last week. So we got both the teams represented here. We've got Neil's team, Slate's Rockheads. Kyle's here, Slate's Sloppy Seconds. Slate's Sloppy Seconds had quite a lead on him going in, but it's never a guarantee.
Neil's team was like gagging.
Well, we lost the week, but we still won overall.
Yeah, y'all only needed, 10 points?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all ended up with 14 out of 48, so barely.
Actually, we ended up with 16, didn't we?
Oh, was it 16? I haven't checked it yet.
Because we completely shut out Chris and them.
Yeah, you did. Y'all did what you needed to do to shut out Chris, so I almost want to say maybe Neil knew that and said, you know what, if we're shut out, let's make sure the Woodmansey doesn't get the first place.
He probably did. He don't want good people to win.
See, even if I didn't know that, in the back of my mind, subconsciously, my subconscious took over and said, screw the Woodman. Yep. Never let the Woodman win. So that yes, that's in the back of my brain. I was thinking that.
That sounds about right.
So to preface some of this, Kyle actually ended up sweeping Jared for the night.
Oh, wow.
I took the first two against Mark, and if I had thrown the second strike in the 10th, I would have swept Merchant also. And then Ryan ended up sweeping Ron for the night himself. So actually,
that second strike, wasn't that the second game or the last game?
That was the last game.
Wow, because you guys barely won by like 9 pins or some weird number.
Yeah, I think it was 8. It was 8 pins. It was like 615 to 607, something like that. And if I had struck on the second one and got a 9 or 10 on my last ball, I would have beat Merchant the last game. We would have ended up winning Wood the last game. And but here's the rub, right? We would have ended up leapfrogging Kyle's team, but then that would have allowed Woodman to leapfrog all of us.
Yep.
And so
y'all would have sucked it.
Yeah, exactly. But we didn't suck it. You ended up sucking it. So I'd rather, if we're going to lose that way, I'd rather lose that way, and then we ensure that Kyle gets first place. So.
See, this is colluding.
Colluding.
Really, the NFL owners do it all the time, and they get away with it. So, right?
Yeah,
and the refs
it wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened had a certain fourth place team hadn't caved so badly.
So the league secretary of our league, Neil, who is that? Can you remind me?
That's me.
Okay, cool. What's his name again? What's his name?
That'd be Lee McDonald Jr.
Perfect. Remember that name. So his team sucked. His team lost to my team 46 out of 48, only taking 44 to 4.
So last week during the podcast, we said that the only way that Chris's team has even a chance to leapfrog in first and second is if my team sucks so bad that we allowed Chris to take either 44 through 48. And, of course, that happened. We sucked royally.
Chris,
bad. Chris, you guys deserved it. You guys deserved to cheer, and we deserved the. But it was like the Cowboys. It was almost worse than the Cowboys because at least they got some touchdowns. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it got to when Peyton bowled great. I just bowled better. So I mean,
Yeah.
Except for the first game, that big 180 didn't help a lot, did it?
we had to say
That's
that.
what
I mean, I
cost
wasn't
you
going to say
48.
nothing. I wasn't going to say nothing. I wasn't going to bring that up. Okay, but okay, thanks, Neil. Yeah, you're right. 188. All right, first game. All right.
But I appreciate that because I ended up winning a lot of bracket money in King of the Hill. So I appreciate your 180 to start the
Yeah.
night. Thank
Okay. You're welcome. You're so welcome. I mean, it was just a smother in your face kind of night for me.
It was kind of like in the past where it's within Chris's grasp, and he happens to just drop the ball at the last second, at the last frame again. It was kind of like the Greek church of the first half.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, but you gotta admit, your team was in 4th place. Where did y'all finish?
Yeah, we dropped down to 7th.
Oh my god!
By 1 pin, 1 point.
Horrible.
Yeah, we're embarrassed. We're the Cowboys.
It's like climbing Mount Everest and just falling back down.
So who finished 4th? Was that Rick Connor's team? Rick and George and them?
Let's see.
I
Right
don't know.
now, it says Rick Connors 3 fingers deep.
Hey, you're welcome, Rick. Rick the big dick. You're welcome for taking 4th. See, if my
Woodman, I was in shock, Woodman, that you're even near the top. I thought Rick was definitely ahead of you guys, and I don't know. No offense to you and Jake and Phil, but I had no idea you were
you
even
not know
near
who
the
you're
top.
talking to? You're talking to the Chris Woodnansey.
I didn't smell your stench.
I don't ever.
Okay? I didn't smell your stench coming near first place.
I don't ever get below 4, and in my leagues, I don't ever get below 4.
So I think Lee can verify this. Lee, correct? The first half came down to is Rick's team was in first for a good portion of it. Then they end up dropping. Then we got into first for a decent run. And then Kyle's team got in at the end and then was able to hold it. So there are really 3 teams that really led in that first half, and those 3 teams.
Mm-hmm. It was very much as
Chris, you've been pulling up the rear the whole time. So just think of it that way.
We finished second. Okay, you went from first to third. All right, so
he's used to having something done with the rear.
All right. No, we took second, and then we're gonna take first next half, and then we're gonna be everything's gonna be fine then. And then when me and Mark go, we're gonna do something your team didn't. Beat them.
Strong words.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully Jake and Phil are as confident as you are. So
they are.
And this just fuels Jared. I mean, I think that if he listens to this podcast, he'll probably make a guarantee that they'll take first in the second half along with Neil and Gilbert.
And he's on IR right now, so he's out for a month. He won't be back.
Is he really? That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
So don't worry, we got good subs backing him up, so we don't have to worry about that. Mr. Kiefer Boyer will be making an appearance.
Really? Not Ryan Curtis? Not Ryan Curtis? Really?
We're going to mix it up. Kiefer actually has a better average than Ryan in our league.
I think that's illegal. I think they should have one sub. If that one sub cannot commit to being there, then it's blind.
Oh, wait a minute, Mr. Use a sub every other friggin' week.
I use the same sub, though. I use the same sub.
Yeah, but how many excuses have you used? Like,
yeah, but I'm not saying make a rule about that. I'm not saying make a rule about that. I'm saying rules about only one sub per team have to be the same person. If you can't use them, then blind.
Well, it's a good thing that the rules are already made, so we can't make.
All right, next year. I'll push it through.
All right, so to finish off the results of the position round and the first half of the league, I'm going to go ahead and start by going into the fastest 3 minutes in bowling
of the West.
As you heard, Team 5 took 31 out of 48 from Team 9, which is Slate's Rockheads, lost to Slate's Sloppy Seconds. Second pair was Team 10, put your thumb in it, against Team 1, who are you calling a pinhead? We got crushed 44-48. Now the next pair, that is Team 4, blame it on the alcohol, against Team 6. As you heard earlier, they wound up in third. So Team 6 won that. That is Three Fingers Deep, Rick Connor, Caden, and George. They won 32 out of 48 and jumped up to third. Team 11, Ricky and the Two Mikes against Team 12, Men in the 10 pin, almost a kiss your sister. Men in the 10 pin won 26 out of 48. With Team 13 on the next pair going up against Team 3 was a dominant night, especially for Matthew Macy. Had a great night. He is back to anchor. That's BD in the pocket. Team 13 beating off on Wicked Trio, and BD beating off. They won 40 out of 48, so kudos to them. Team number 8, pinned high. Craig and Gino and Tina against Team 7, which is the S team. S team, another successful night. Husband and wife duo, Tina and Chris, with Diego coming up. They ended up winning 34 out of 48. Kudos to them. Team 15, OG against Team 16, Almost Empty Nest. Almost a kiss your sister, 28 out of 48 to Team OG. And that not so enthusiastic last place team, that is Team Timmy with a missing Timmy, which is Leland and Camilla. Had a missing Camilla that night. She must have had food poisoning. And David subbed in, but no go. He did not bowl good. They lost. My guarantee from last week's Beat Mark picks, they ended up losing in favor of Chris. They lost 36 out of 48.
Suck it.
To the blind team.
Suck it.
So that secures them in last place. Almost Empty Nest at 327 or in 14th. We're going to go in reverse order this time. Team OG at 348, wound up in 13th. Pinned high above them in 12th at 395. Wicked Trio 398 and 11th. The S team in 10th place at 405. Men in the 10 pin in 9th at 341. 4 points ahead of them. BD in the pocket, 335. And 8th and 7th, my team fell all the way to 7th at 476. And teams in 6th place is Blame It on the Alcohol, Team 4 there at 477. 1 point ahead of me, but 2 points ahead of them. Ricky and the Two Mikes in 5th place at 479. And at 491, Three Fingers Deep, Team 6. Team 9 in 3rd place, Slate's Rockheads at 522. Leapfrogging them, Chris's team, Team 10. Put your thumb in it in 2nd place at 532. And in 1st place of the first half of the JB Trios, Team 5, Slate Sloppy Seconds at 539. Congratulations, Kyle.
Thank you.
Oh.
That's all right. Kyle is ahead of Chris, so that's all that matters.
By 7.
Well, that's
Wait, all you need is one to be ahead of you.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, so you'll be guaranteed to bowl for the championship, Kyle. So it doesn't matter what you guys do in the second half. Although if you do win the second half, you'll become a very rare grand champion that we only see like every once in a while. So you guys still have a shot at that, taking first place in both halves.
Hey, Lee, how much money is at stake when first half winner plays second half winner?
That's a very good question. I would have to look that up. I don't know it off the top of my head. If I remember right, I want to say we elected the most points for the top half. So the top part of the league is going to get definitely a big payout, or at least for a 3-man league anyway. If I remember right, I think it was that B option. And I want to say first place gets like 500 a half per man. And then it drops all the way down to like, I want to say 375 just for a half. It's at least $125, I'm thinking. But again, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Which is a lot for a half. I mean, considering first place takes first in both halves, that's $1,000 a man. 500 for first place for each half or per person. Not bad for 3 on a team for 16 teams.
True.
Yeah, I think the mindset was with the prize funds too, if you win first place, that you should be able to cover your fees for the year.
I'm definitely agreeing with that. It's I think $925 a season per person, so that's including the lineage. So yeah, I think that's definitely a good way to put it. So that way your bowling's covered and you get a little extra on the side.
Exactly. Yep.
So to go over some of the other standings, last week, not very many high scores. We had a 700 by Matthew Macy. Chris Woodmansey, of course, had the second highest score outside of any subs with 677. And bowlers of the week, Matthew Macy, of course, was 112 over, so he made bowler of the week. Jake Albright and Christian Gomez, honorable mentions. Anne-Marie Davis at 24 pins over. Now, for the first half, we don't reset these. This is high average. Mr. Neil Brady tied Garrett Williams at 209 for the first half. That'll continue on. We'll still have that race going for the second half. And Ron Reynolds in third. No sign of Chris Woodmansey.
I mean, I'm at 204. I climbed up. I'm coming up. I'm just taking a break. All right.
So you're taking a break from coming?
Yeah, I'm coming.
I see. Well, at least your wife's still in first place on the ladies, even though she hasn't shown up in a couple weeks. So
Yeah.
Camilla's at 171. Tell her she needs to show up. Otherwise, we're going to have a percentage put on there. If she doesn't make the percentage cut, she'll be dropped altogether from that list.
What? No. She's the first
Hey,
lady.
if you don't show up for the league enough weeks, you get dropped eventually.
No, she's the first lady.
And our most important spot is MVP for individuals. And because Kyle has swept his man all 3 games in total, he is now a lone leader for MVP towards the end of the league. 90 points individually. The only person that has 90 freaking points. Kudos to you, Kyle.
Man,
Good
and,
job, buddy.
and doesn't that get an award for like $1,000, right?
Yeah, I wish. That'd be pretty awesome.
I thought we agreed on that. $1,000 goes to the MVP.
Well, Mark was in charge of heading out the prize fund committee, and I think we didn't do anything.
Yeah,
for
Mark
that.
said keychain, right?
Keychain, that's it.
So
Are you sure it wasn't in pesos?
Maybe pesos. Pesos might be good enough.
Or a Coke bottle, either one.
Yeah, I think Coke. I think oh my God, but I think the keychain might be worth more than pesos. But yes, sir, Mr. Kyle Howell is in the lead, followed by Sean Taylor on his rear, but he's at 86 points. George and Ricky tied for third at 84. For the ladies, and just a humongous lead, Tina Saunders at 75 points for the ladies. Next in line is second and third tied at 64. She has got an 11-point lead for MVP for the ladies. So kudos to Tina. All right. So now we've covered the results. Let's talk a little bit about another thing that Kyle is excelling in, and that is the winter bracket. So far as I know, Kyle is still in it. Chris, do you have all the results?
Yes, I do. And Kyle actually is not in it. After doing some numbers, he did not make it.
So he was going against, who was it?
Chris Saunders.
No way.
Yep. After giving Chris a 10-pin bonus for being my friend, he actually beat Kyle by 1 pin.
No, wait a minute.
What?
Is that Chris figures or is that legit figures?
I think legit figures.
You think?
Let's see here. What did he?
What
did he bowl, Chris? What did he really bowl?
He bowled a 619 series versus Kyle
with handicap.
And Kyle bowled a 625, and then plus the additional.
Oh, wait a minute!
Plus the additional pins I gave him for being my friend, he wins.
Chris wins by forfeit.
Chris wins by additional bonus of pins.
Okay, which is all imaginative. Kyle Howell advances.
Good job.
All
Kyle.
right, like I originally thought. All right, so kudos to Kyle. Yeah, and Chris told me that night he was watching your lanes the whole night and to see how you bowled. So he told me before we left that he lost. He was screen watching.
Yeah, he wasn't the only one watching. I was watching down there too.
Oh, were you? Nice. Awesome. So you made the Final Four then. We'll have to talk about that in a second. Who else made it, Chris? No extra pin bonus.
Well, sadly, since Joe Bear didn't fucking bowl, Ryan Curtis did. So Ryan Curtis technically beat out Garrett Williams Jr. and forcing Joe Bear to move forward to go against Kyle Howell.
Wow. So Joe Bear. Now, if Joe Bear's not back, though, if you make the Final Four, the rule is that no subs allowed now. You have to use your actual score or blind score.
Yes.
So hopefully, Neil, do we know if Gilbert's coming tomorrow?
As far as I know, yes, Gilbert should be there, ready to bowl. He kind of had a Woodmansey kind of week because he had family obligations. So just like we missed Woodmansey the week before,
Yeah.
taking care of the family. So Gil had to do that also.
So he
we
also got food
anticipate.
poisoning.
Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. And so yes, Gilbert should be back, and obviously appreciative of Ryan's work as a sub.
Awesome.
That's good.
All right.
On the other side, we had Tina versus Jerry Gallegos. And Jared is in a slump for some odd reason and hasn't been bowling good. Tina wins bowling.
Wow.
Tina moves on bowling.
I think our first female to enter the Final Four.
Yes, I think so too. I was thinking that too. Tina
Nice.
bowled a 649 series to Jared Gallegos 594.
And these are with handicap.
Yes.
So say those series again. Oh, 594.
Yeah,
Okay.
594 Jared and 649 Tina.
Damn, Tina killed it.
Yep. And then going against Tina, it finally Michael Ensign is fucking here, fucking bowling. Finally.
He hasn't showed up all season. It's crazy.
So since that being here, he finally bowled. He bowled a 657, which is not bad actually. It was actually a really good score. He bowled a 657 series with handicap to Brian Brimmerman 694. Brian.
Wow.
Brian versus Tina will be next week.
I thought you were going to say that Michael Ensign won. Oh, well.
No.
He probably was better off having subs.
Almost did, though. Fuck.
Oh, well. Nice try, Mike. Almost. We were rooting for you, though. We knew you were coming back. But good job. Kudos to Brian. They've been doing pretty good. BD in the pocket. They climbed out of the gutter. They've been bowling really good, especially Matthew last week, bowler of the week. But, yeah, thank goodness for Brian. He's been doing really good. All right, there you have it. So the Final Four will consist of Gilbert against Kyle, the MVP running, against Tina, our first female in the Final Four, and she'll be going against Brian Bimmerman. So
Lee?
4 bowlers left.
Lee,
Yes, sir.
didn't he say that Gilbert bowled against Tina?
Yeah.
No.
No. Jared Gallegos.
Yeah.
Jared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jared Gallegos. He was. He's going into what? Wasn't Neil? He's going into surgery.
No surgery at this point. He just needs to. He's actually doing rehabilitation starting this week, and I won't disclose the particular nature of his injury.
No problem.
We don't want to give any secrets away.
Right.
Woodman could be coming by with like a lead pipe or something. We don't want to give
Is
him
he
any
a hip
motivation.
replacement or something?
He's
What do they
actually the
call it?
youngest. He's the youngest on our team, so actually Gilbert would be first, and then maybe I would be second. So
Yeah, we'll honor the HIPAA laws and make sure that he doesn't have any disclosed illness.
HIPAA my
correct,
ass.
but
What
yes.
the fuck happened?
We can't disclose that.
We can't
can?
divulge that.
Is he getting a
He
better
got
thumb?
food poisoning. He got food poisoning.
Is he getting a robotic arm?
He's going to be the Terminator.
Yes, he's going to be the Terminator. That's right.
He is going to be the Terminator.
Hey, all of us, Woodman, especially you better be careful. The boy works for USBC.
Yeah.
He can check some records, maybe put something in your file permanently.
Yeah.
I'd be very careful about how we tread around Mr. Gallegos.
He can find some stuff. He can do some
Exactly.
He
Whatever
could
digging.
probably
He's the man.
of foul line.
Whatever makes
Exactly.
Oh,
He'll find past indiscretions about the foul line, and you have to
he
bring
could.
that
He
forward.
could write a full report. Ain't so talking now, are you, Chris?
No way. No, he can. He could, actually, he could.
Maybe that's why he's trying to take him out. He's trying to find out this hidden information on Jared. He's trying to take him out of the picture.
He's just jealous.
Oh, the ultimate jelly. All right, so let's kind of get away from bowling for a second here. I've been kind of waiting for this segment here. Me and Neil have been talking about this. So Mark is gone, and we're going to do beat Mark's picks here towards the end. But right here, I'd like to hand it off to Neil. So Neil, go ahead and take over with your new segment.
Okay, so I'm going to call this segment. This is the middle-aged man not the Ancient Warriors. Offbeat movie selections for the week.
Oh, so I lost.
So so especially with the inclement weather, if you guys have a little extra time, right? These are my top 10 movies where you probably won't know most of them, but they're quality films,
Are they black and
mostly
white?
comedies.
Must see.
Yeah. So these are my, off the beaten path movies. I know, Woodman, you're going to say they're, oh my God, look how old they are. But we know, just like anything else, just like quality movies, they never go out of style, right? They're
No, they
always
do.
They
quality.
get better with
Nope.
age.
So,
Nope.
exactly. They get better with age.
No, they
Thank
literally do. They literally go.
All right, so
Okay.
this is the top 10.
Yes, this is the
All right.
top 10. These are ones that off the top of my head I kind of put in a nice little list, and I'll give you kind of a background. But first, as I mention each movie and the year that it was made, I just want to know if you guys are familiar with the films at all and what your initial take is, and then I'll come in with what I think. Oh, let's go number 10. Okay. Duplex from 2003.
Yeah.
Anybody familiar with that film?
Yeah, it's with
I
Ben
am
Stiller.
not.
Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller, very good, Chris.
Yeah, Ben
That's
Stiller.
right. The story, the backdrop, Ben Stiller and Drew Barrymore, newlyweds who move into a duplex. Old lady upstairs creates complete hijinks for him.
They kill her.
Insanely hysterical movie, especially the part where he is trying to do CPR, Ben Stiller, on the old lady. She wakes up. She has chocolate all over her mouth from chocolate that he had in his mouth. There you go. That's all you got to say enough about that movie. In number 9, 1993, an oldie but a goodie, Grumpy Old Men.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of my favorites. I named
Now-
my cat after the cat in that movie, Slick.
Wow, now that's impressive, very impressively. Now the thing about that movie is you really need to wait till the end credits, because at the end of the day, Grandpa ends up talking about all the different ways he's trying to slide his salami into the lady across the street.
The great Burgess Meredith.
Correct. He came up with about 40 different ways to talk about having sex with the lady across the way.
Gotta love it.
Okay, number 8 from 2004, White Chicks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Rob
Heck
Snyder. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, not Rob Snyder. No.
Damon
This
Wayans.
is
Oh, David Wayne.
the
It's Hot
Wayans
Chicks.
brothers.
It's Hot Chicks. Wayne Brothers. I was thinking Hot
Yes,
Chicks.
even though Hot Chicks is a great film on its own, I would totally
Yes,
agree.
Wayne Brothers.
But White Chicks, yes, a very good movie. The Wayans brothers at their comedy best.
It
Okay,
is.
number 7, Midnight Run from 1988.
Oh my
Robert
God.
De
that
Niro.
was
Anybody
really going
familiar
back.
with that film?
Midnight.
Not
no.
in a while. I've seen it once, but not.
Robert De Niro. No.
Okay, not a very family-friendly movie. Lots of F-bombs, almost on par with Scarface, and I kid you not. But a comedy where you have an ex-cop as a bounty hunter taking Charles Grodin, I guess he jumped bail, and Robert De Niro has to take him back midnight, and it's just a comedy across the country. Great stuff.
Nice.
1987, number 6, Galaxy Quest.
Yeah.
With Tim
Oh,
Yeah,
Allen.
Tim Allen. Yeah.
a legend.
That is a great
Yeah.
film, especially for anybody who is especially a Trekkie fan. A little bit of Star Wars in there too. Great
Please
film,
be with
a
you.
total spoof,
Underrated.
and has the Alan. I think how you say his last name, the guy from Die Hard, the German bad guy, Alan Rickman,
Alan
the
Rickman,
British
yeah.
fellow. One of his great films.
Oh,
Then in 5th place from 1987, Munchies.
Munchies. Oh wow.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Okay. Comedy gold here. Harvey Korman plays 2 roles. He plays one brother, and then he plays his twin brother also. And basically, the premise of the film is that these little aliens, these little guys who are about a foot tall, end up getting brought back to life, and of course are just messing with the people in this rural Arizona community. Even to the point is they steal a 1971 Gremlin and are driving on the road and run an old lady off the road. I mean, that's
Nice.
his premise right there. That's how
Oh,
good
wow.
the film is. Okay, Michael J. Fox fans, if you like this one, 1991, Doc Hollywood.
Oh wow, yeah.
Nope.
Not
The
bad.
story of Michael J. Fox, a Hollywood doctor who wrecks his Porsche on a trip across the country, has to spend time getting the car fixed, and of course, there's a love interest. Who's in it? That Bridget Fonda, who's always something good to look at, right?
Bridget
So
Fonda was
hey,
in
you
it.
got Bridget Fonda in it. That's all you need to know about. It's worth
Pretty
watching.
much. The classic
Okay.
scene in that is where the
Mhm.
guy's having some sort of a chest pain. The doc comes in, who's an old doc, says, "Give him a Coke." And he says, "What? He's going to have a heart attack." See, I told you, give him a Coke. He hands him a Coke, and the guy drinks it, and he's all better.
Very
That's a
good,
classic in the woods style redneck doctor out in the middle of nowhere who knows everything, and he shows the big old city doctor what's what.
Exactly. Okay, now to my top three on this one.
Here we go. Top
1989, going back to sci-fi, The Abyss.
Oh, I love The Abyss.
That is a great movie. It's a bit long, but it's very good. The story of who is that? Ed Harris
Ed
leading
Harris.
a crew at the bottom of the ocean. They end up coming across this alien species.
Yep.
There's bad guys who are trying to take a nuclear warhead out of a submarine. So you got all of that thrown together, and it's a feel-good story at the end, but I won't want to ruin it for anybody.
And anybody
now-
that goes to YouTube that wants to look at documentaries on how they made this, it's very interesting in how they made this. So I highly recommend checking out YouTube and looking up a documentary on how they made The Abyss.
And just for anybody, YouTube has a lot of free films, and some of these may be on YouTube under the free films. You just got to watch a little bit of commercials, so keep that in mind.
Very true.
Okay, going really, the oldest film that I'm even referencing, 1985, Better Off Dead.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
That is a great film that has what's his face? Who's in the lead? It's what's his face? Oh God. Guy with the black hair. I know he's John, what's his face? Come on.
Cusack?
I can't think of it.
Travolta.
Hold on, say it again, Chris. Who was
John
it?
Cusack.
Yes, John Cusack. Thank you very much. Yes.
Isn't that the
He-
I want my $2?
Yes, he wants his $2. That's right.
The
He has
crazy
the
mail boy.
That's right. The pizza. That's right. The mail guy bringing Big Boy Slut to magazines to his younger brother. Yes,
Yes,
that is
I
Better
love
Off Dead. A very
love it.
classic film. Okay, and to tie
Just
this
even
up,
go to YouTube
Yeah.
for the scene, Crazy News Boy or whatever. It's worth it just to look those up.
yes, definitely worth a watch. And
Number
a
one.
film in number one from 2006, a film that was referenced during the Brady dinner tonight, a discussion
Brady.
with my own children. Idiocracy.
Oh my God!
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So we know Luke Wilson
Yes.
gets transported into the future,
Into
and
our
society
future.
has
Yes.
become dumbed down so that everybody is a bunch of idiots.
It has electrolyte.
Yeah.
Yes. But maybe the greatest scene ever is when the guy in the army in the beginning of the movie talks about how upgrade pimp
Yep.
life
Oh my
and how they were working things because they were running stuff through with the pimp. But all you got to do is look up movie Idiocracy, upgrade pimp life, and upgrade is spelled UPGRAYEDD pimp life. And just look up that scene on YouTube, one of the funniest scenes ever in the history of movie.
And all you need to know also is that Terry Crews, the legendary Terry Crews,
Yes.
bodybuild actor,
Mountain Dew.
is the president. Or he's not even the president. What's his name in that?
Mountain Dew.
No, he is. He's the Camacho.
Yeah.
That's
Mr.
it.
Macho Camacho or something,
Macho
right?
Camacho. That's what he is.
Yeah. Yes.
So he's not just the president. He's Macho Camacho. Mountain
Yes.
Dew.
Yep.
And of course, one thing is the most popular film in future society is just a movie very simply labeled ass. And all they do is put an ass on the screen and everybody just laughs like it's comedy gold.
Yep.
So there you go.
Oh, man. And there you have it. Hey,
Those are my 10 movie picks for this week.
I like it.
Yes, if the weather continues to be bad, stay in with your loved ones. Depending on age appropriate material, you could be able to find a film that should work for them.
Netflix and chill. Exactly.
I like it. I like it.
Good job, Neil. That was awesome. I loved it.
Well,
So
thank
if
you.
you ever want to go to Neil's Facebook page and seek more top 10 movie quotes, this might not even be just a JB Trios podcast. He may turn this into his own top
I
10.
should.
Look
I
at Neil's movie picks of the week. If you want to ask Neil for advice too on movies, he's the go-to guy.
Well, thank you.
All right. All right, and here is another episode of Beat Mark's Picks.
Dun,
Even
dun,
though
dun,
Mark's
dun,
gone
dun,
tonight,
dun.
he is gone, and I am filling in, and I have the official
I'm
result
so scared.
of last week. It came down to a nail biter, and so I am in second place. I don't exactly remember the totals. Chris, if you remember the totals.
I don't.
I
All I
think
know
I'm
is
at-
ahead of. I was winning by 2.
No, it wasn't by 2, it was by 1.
By 1? Okay.
Nice try. No selective bonuses like earlier. You're ahead by 1, and I was trailing by 1, and then we ended up tying, I think. Or no, was it tying? I can't remember.
No, we weren't tied yet. We weren't tied yet.
You were ahead by 1,
Yep.
and I needed to win a certain amount. Well, I ended up going 6-2 last week. I only had 2 losses, the one for our team and Leland's team, who I locked in for the blind team. And Chris, you want to know what you did?
7-1.
It wasn't 7-1.
I went 6-2.
5-3.
What?
You did 6-2. You won Beat Mark's.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. Suck it.
You won Beat Mark's pick.
Yeah,
You won.
I did it. Fuck you, Mark.
Mark ended up 4-4, and he was somewhere way behind, trailing third. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it come down to it. You and I tied, but I needed to beat you by 1, and then we would have went to the locks.
And my
But
lock one. Vacancy
I
wins
couldn't do
again.
it.
Vacancy.
Thank you, Leland, for screwing me up,
Vacancy.
losing against the blind team, and you happen to pick the stupid ass vacancy. Leland's team won. I think that was a setup. You had David Bolin on that team, and he was supposed to bowl lights out, and he bowled like shit. So we'll have to make a new rule on that.
Lee bowled pretty.
Yes.
Yeah, bowled bad too.
Even though your first place team lost to Kyle and Neil, sort of Neil, you ended up winning Beat Mark's picks.
Ooh, man, thank you guys. I don't know who to thank, but just so happy to be here. And Mark, suck it. I mean, you beat me in standings, but I beat you at your own game. So yeah. All right.
So, is there a first half winner? Is that why you're so excited, Woodman?
No.
Okay, so it's still a continuation. You got to win the whole year.
This is it because we're ending. This is our finale of the podcast. We're ending.
It starts
This
over.
is the third installment of Beat Mark's picks, and it's ending today.
Yeah, it starts over.
just
Ah.
like
A whole new round.
just like the standings. So he officially won.
Yep.
So we will
Okay,
start.
gotcha.
We are starting a new Beat Mark's pick. So Neil, you are actually officially picking for Mark tonight. So we are starting over, just like on our league. Every team is now at 0 points going into tomorrow. At the time of recording this, it's Monday night. We are now currently watching the Eagles lose to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, thank God. And they're losing bad, 32-9. So it looks like they're going to Tampa Bay against the Lions next week. Oh, sorry, Mark. Your team stunk and lost yesterday to my Lions. So suck it, Rams.
I was gonna say, Lee. I was gonna say, hopefully, I'll use better logic than Merchant's pick about loving the Rams. So
Yeah,
I'll try.
exactly.
I'll try and use a better analysis than he did picking the Rams against your winning Lions.
And his Beat Mark's pick sucked as well. So hopefully you get him a good start because he sucked.
I'll do my best.
All right. So starting us off on 17-18, Team 15 OG against Team 6, 3 fingers deep. The spread on this, oh man, I don't have any of the spreads. Let's see. They're at about 62. And
Lee, it's 70 plus if they get a sub.
if they get it, I don't know if the sub's available, but we'll
Yeah.
try.
Then how much?
But-
The bacon.
If I had to guess, I'd say they're at 132 and Bacon gets like 44. So about 170 to 60. So they'll be getting nearly 110 pins for the spread. So Team OG will be getting nearly 150 if they don't use this sub. I'm going to go with Rick's team on this, Three Fingers Deep. I think they've been on a roll. I think they're gonna make it a determination to try to win the second half, even though that's a lot of pins they're giving up. But
who we voting for again?
it's Team 6, Three Fingers Deep, Rick Connor against Team OG, Patrick.
I got Rick's team.
All right, that's 2. What do you got, Neil?
You know what? I'm gonna go with Team OG. I'm gonna go with Patrick.
No, hey, this is funny because Mark sucks at picking and Neil sucks at picking. So nothing changed right now. Nothing's changing right now. So Mark's still sucking. So yeah, this is perfect. This is why he sucks.
We'll see.
Uh-huh.
All right, Kyle, what do you think?
Actually, I think Three Fingers Deep will.
You think so?
And the guest still sucks. Oh wait. Oh, he's
picking up.
Yes.
He's picking up.
I thought he said OG.
Stop making fun of everyone.
Yeah, I'm just saying the truth here, right? I'm always speaking the truth.
All right. So next pair, Team 2, which is the blind team against Slate's Rockheads. I'm gonna lock this one in. I'm really don't even have to look at the spread. I'm going with Slate's Rockheads. I think Neil's gonna crush it.
Okay,
What do you
Mr.
think,
Woodman,
Neil?
what do you think? No, how about Woodman? Let's go Woodman first.
Oh,
This is interesting.
Vacancy didn't fail me last time. I got vacancy again. Let's get them, boys. Let's get them, vacancy. Let's go.
You can.
Let's go, vacancy.
Wow, that's insulting.
Mm-hmm.
It is insulting considering I have 2 factors that are motivating me for the second half.
Let's do it.
One is I'm still in the running for high average, so yes, Garrett's going to be a tough go trying to beat him out. But that's that's what I'm hoping for, right?
Yep.
I'm going to work hard at getting high average back.
I think you won last year too, so I think you'll be defending your title.
Did I for the winter? I don't
think you
know.
did.
I did. I don't even know.
I think you
but
did.
Thank you that you think
Yes,
so.
sir.
And then also my team, we need to end up winning the second half and then going back and beating up on Kyle and them as revenge. So I have 2 things working for me. And then really the third one is, which this is the easiest one, is, just make sure I stay in front of Woodman for average. And that's not going to be that difficult.
No, that's going to be the hardest thing you can ever accomplish.
Well, yeah, that's true. If you show up enough to actually get enough games to qualify, it might be hard, but we'll see.
No, I beat you serious last week.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. You did beat me series. But it's your consistency that's going to kill you.
No.
or I should say the consistent inconsistency.
No, I'm a consistency. I'm always there. Always there.
So
All right,
Kyle, Kyle, what's your pick?
Vacancy, Kyle. Come on.
I'm going to go with Slate's Rockheads on this.
Oh my God.
thank
Kyle's lost his mind.
Thank God.
Kyle just lost his mind.
Thank
You know
God.
what?
At
You know what?
Chris
When
is
vacancy
gonna go back.
when vacancies win, I'm gonna literally have it in your faces.
What are you gonna cheer? Here we go again.
Yep, here we go.
Oh God.
No, wait, that's not Dak saying.
That did so well for the Cowboys.
That's not
this
Dak
week.
saying no more. I take that away from Dak. That's my saying now.
Oh my God. Yeah, you stole it from him. You cursed him.
Yeah, I did. They sucked.
All right, next pair, Team 16, almost empty nest against my team. Who you calling the Pinhead? All right, since I'm involved, I'm just going to go ahead and pick my team. So what do you guys pick? If I had to guess, I'd say we're giving up somewhere around 200 pins.
Pins.
Lee, who you bowling again?
I'm bowling against almost empty nest.
You'll
The
be
Davises.
the spread is 235.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Kyle.
Who's almost empty nest? Who's that?
That's the Davises. That's
Oh, the Davises. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Here, I'm gonna go with my pick. I'm gonna go with Lee. I think there's gonna be some residual coming from this past week. I think you guys are gonna be feeling the effects of last week of Woodman laying on you. So I'm gonna go with the Davises.
I agree. I'm picking my team, but if we win, it's going to be definitely a kiss your sister.
Yeah, I got your team, Lee, only because you lost so badly that some ounce of pride has to be in you just to bowl good this week. So basically saying if you don't bowl good this week, then you just quit the league just this half because it's not going to happen for the rest of the season. So
yeah, we're going to hear the echoes of "Here We Go" in our background.
Yep. So basically, if you don't beat them, this is just a turning point of the Titanic again. You're just going to stay at the bottom.
Yeah, we will rename our team to Titanic 2 if we end up in last place at any point in the league.
Yep.
All right, Kyle, what do you think?
Well, y'all actually didn't bowl that bad. It's Jake and Phil just had a phenomenal week.
Yeah,
And me,
Brooklyn City.
and me,
I
and
didn't
me,
say
and
that,
me,
sorry.
and me. I had a great week. So
Chris, I don't know how you get your head through the door.
what do you mean? I bowled
But-
great.
Oh my God!
But I'm going to pick Lee's team.
Hey, I
Good
got to
choice.
vote
And
confidence.
still, yet again, Mark still suck at picking.
All right, next pair, Team 14, Team A, which is the last place team. We don't even know who's going to bowl. We hope Camilla shows up. We don't want her to lose her high average position. Leland will definitely be there. We're hoping maybe we'll find a permanent teammate because now that Tim's officially out. Against Team 4, blame it on the alcohol, who's got Garrett Williams, who's a great bowler. He's tied with Neil in high average. Do you have the spread on that one, Kyle?
Oh, wait, real quick. Wow, real quick. The Eagles just lost.
Yay! All right, everything's cool now.
Tampa
The
Bay
night
won.
we can finish off the night. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's 44, and then, with the vacant, it'd be 88. Is the
88. Not bad, not bad.
I got blame on the alcohol.
I'm gonna go with you. It's just a standings thing. I hate to go against my son, but yeah, I got to go blame it on the alcohol.
And your son sucks. But yeah.
All right, who wants to go next?
With that,
Kyle?
you look at the two from last week,
Yeah.
Leland and Camilla, they only won 12 last week.
Against the blind, yeah.
And Blame It on Alcohol only won 16.
Oh, really?
So overall, they're both going to be looking for redemption.
Yeah, they are.
But I'm going to take Blame It on the Alcohol.
I think that's a good choice. Well, Neil, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to make it a sweep here. I'm going to also go with blame on the alcohol. And actually, they're my dark horse pick to win the second half. So.
Yeah, they led for a week or two early on.
That's a joke. That's a funny comment you made.
No,
Laugh of the day.
good.
Joke of the day,
really
guys.
good.
Joke of the day.
Fred, if you're listening to this podcast, you got to get on Chris here.
Joke of the day, guys. Neil just said it.
Oh,
congratulations.
Well,
That's
they're our
funny.
first sweep for the picks segment, so that's a perfect kibosh we just put on them. But next pair, Team 12, the men in the 10 pin against BD in the pocket. What is the spread? Anybody got the spread on this one?
This is the closest match of the week. There's only 13 pins difference.
Wow. And both bowlers are on a roll for both teams. We've got Matthew Macy on BD in the pocket. He just got finished bowling 700 in Bowler of the Week. And on the other side, we've got Brian Brimmerman, who's still in the hunt for the winter bracket. So he's got a lot to bowl for. 13 pins is not a lot. I think since it's the hardest pick, I'll go first. Oh, damn. This is tough. Actually, no, I may have messed up. I think Brian and Matthew are on the same team.
Yeah.
On the other side, you got Cody and you got Sean Taylor, who's no slouch either.
I got BD in the pocket. Easy. Easy.
Man, they got a lot to bowl for.
Easy pick. I believe in Brian.
You know what? I'm gonna the two bowlers that we named for each team are gonna even themselves out. It's gonna come down to actually Gary against Christian. Now, I'm sorry, Gary. Christian's been on a hot streak. He's been kind of like just bowling under the radar right now. So he come close to, or did he bowl? No, he didn't quite bowl it, but he almost bowled a 600 this past week, and he's only about a 160, 170 average. He actually climbed it up. So I think he's almost in the 180s now. That's how good he's been bowling. That's Christian. So I think I'm going to go with BD in the pocket just because of how good Christian is. Yeah, he's at 181. That's insane for Christian. And just for a real quick second to give him kudos, as well as Mike Henderson. Mike Henderson, believe it or not, is at 171. And these are two guys that began league bowling in our very league. Well, actually, Mike Henderson's been bowling for years. He just took like a decade off and came back. But these are two guys that started out, like Christian started out as a beginner, and he's climbed up to 181 for his average. And Mike Henderson, who's taken a lot of years off, he's never been above 160. Now is at 171. So just wanted to give a side kudos to those two guys. Thank you for sticking it out with our league, and we appreciate and we love both of you guys. So keep up the good bowling, guys. And I'm picking Christian's team because of Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to go with Bimmerman. I think he's going to keep up his yelling and screaming antics. And I think that's going to power them this week. So
I love
pick,
it.
Good
pick
choice.
them.
Good choice. Good choice.
And
All right, so that's 2 for Bimmerman.
I'll also go with BD in the pocket.
Yep.
3. Okay.
Yep.
Or is that 4?
Yeah.
Is that,
I got BD. Oh, easy.
I guess, I guess I'm on BD as well because I got Christian. So another clean sweep, another perfect kibosh for what's going to happen. So watch Sean's team take them all. All right, so next pair we've got Team 5 against Team 10. Chris's team against Mark's team, and Mark's out of town. Kyle, any word on who you guys got subbing?
Oh, we got Chris Barnes and
He wishes.
Hey, a side note on that, Chris Barnes' son just made the PBA show that
Ryan-
was on just a
Ryan
little while
Barnes,
ago. Yeah,
Ryan Burnett.
I thought that was pretty cool. So I was watching a little bit of that today.
You know what's funny, though, about that is Ryan actually started, he didn't start as a two-handed bowler. The video I saw earlier today, he was on
Yep.
that Chris Paul celebrity thing they do, you know?
Yeah.
And the kid actually, when he was like 10, actually used a one-handed, whatever, release and all. He was not using two hands back then. So I don't know when it
Wow.
changed, but
Must have
yeah,
went against Dad's wishes. Dad probably said, "You better use one hand." He started with one hand, and then all of a sudden said, "Screw you, Dad! I'm going two hands."
exactly. That's probably true. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, kudos to Ryan. So he deserves it. All right. Well. Chris against Kyle's team.
I go last.
All right, you go last. You go last. So Kyle, you guys got. I think it's David, isn't it?
yeah, David Carter.
Yeah. So he'll be bowling.
Bullshit.
I'm going for. Well, again, it's the standings thing. I think Mark's team is ahead in the standings. They're in first. Why not stick with first place team? So I'm going with Mark. I'm going with Kyle's team.
Mm.
Go ahead, Chris.
Okay, I'm going with Kyle's team because
Wow.
they didn't bowl well last week. Woodman's team bowled over their head, so it's natural we're going with Kyle.
Wow.
Nice. All right, Kyle, who do you got?
And
Of course, you got your team, right?
yeah, I would go ahead and take our team.
All right, Chris.
Wow. Just wow. Just
3
kinda
against
hurt.
1.
Of course I'm taking my team.
Oh,
Because
what else you got?
I think but I am going to say it's going to be like a kiss your sister, but we're going to come out winning.
Oh, how about that? Okay. All right, next pair, real quick. Team 7, the S team against Team 11, Ricky and the two Mikes. This one, I think there's going to be about a 40 to 50 pin. What am I trying to say? 40 to 50 pin
Difference?
not stretch.
Oh.
Yeah, difference, or what do we call it?
Variance?
Oh yeah,
Spread.
there's 42.
I'm going to have to go with the yes team because I think husband and wife, I think Tina's going to definitely try very hard on this.
I got the
Okay.
Ricky and the two mix.
Yep. That's
Yep, I'm going with
Mike
Ricky.
Henderson and Mike
Yeah.
Ansline.
And I'll go with them also. Henderson's going to keep bowling well. So
Yes.
Yep. Sorry, Lee, you're on your own this week.
So 3 for Henderson and them. Good. I appreciate that. And last but not least, Team 3, that is Wicked Trio against Team 8, Pin High. They're on top of each other in the standings, 11th and 12th. I'm going with on this, and I think Team 8 will be getting pins. I want to say around 50 or so.
90.
I'm actually going to go with 90. Jesus. You know what? I'm going with Team 3. I think Larry Hoover bowls on that team, and he's been doing pretty good, as well as Tim and Amanda. So I'm going with Wicked Trio.
Yep, good choice. Yep. I got Wicked Trio as well.
All right.
I'll take Pin High.
Hey, you
Oh,
lost.
Craig. All right, Neil, who you got?
Pin High, team number 8. Is that who that is?
That's who that is. Yep, Craig and
Yeah.
Tina and Gino.
I'm going to go with Craig, my buddy. Yeah, so I'm going
Hey.
to also go with Pin High.
And this is,
All right,
you know what?
so-
This is why you lose, because you go for feelings. No, you go for skill or no skill. That's
Oh, my
it.
You're right.
God.
That's true. I should just not suck.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You
Sorry.
put your feelings aside, you win. You put your feelings aside and you win. That's it.
And that's according to Chris.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And those are our first season of Beat Mark's Picks. And this is our series finale of the first half. This will be the last episode of season 6. We're glad you all enjoyed. Keep sticking around. We're on YouTube now, so it took us forever to finally get all the hurdles in, and we got the approval from them. It took several approvals, and since we've been there for a month or two, we've got not too many subscribers. But if you happen to open up YouTube, go ahead and hit that like. What do they say? What do the YouTubers say? Smash the like button and hit the subscribe button as well, and all that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, help us out and hit that subscribe button, and we'll appreciate you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in for our finale, the first half of JB Trios. Congratulations to Kyle's team, because you are the best bowler on that team. All right. Congratulations for locking in first, and wish you the better luck going on the second half. But you won't need it because my team will be in first. So stay tuned to follow my team. Finish out first place of the second half, and Neil Brady finishing the top 10. All right, so definitely keep an eye out, guys. Listen for that as I give you the latest update on that shit, and just follow me. That's all you listen for. So congratulations, guys. Y'all be safe, and please tune in, or you'll be like you'll be like Lee's team losing to me.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
Hey, you know all about losing to people, don't you?
No, I win.
Oh.
I win. I win. I win.
Yes.
All right.
All right, guys. Neil, thanks for subbing for Mark. I appreciate that, bud. And thank
Not
you,
a problem. Thank you for the invite.
Anytime, buddy. Thank you, Kyle, for being our guest tonight.
Yes,
too.
thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Kyle.
Yeah, thank you, Kyle.
Okay, stay warm, everybody.
Yes. Y'all be safe. Stay warm.
Keep those faucets undone.
Dripping,
You don't want
dripping.
any frozen
Yeah.
faucets.
And then
Yeah.
dripping.
Yeah, keep it dripping, Woodman. Keep it dripping, buddy.
Oh, my God.
I will. Dangling and
Oh,
dripping. I got you.
Yeah. Oh, Kyle. Okay. That's something to throw up. All right. Y'all have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. And again, thanks again, Kyle, for subbing,
Yes.
for guesting
Yes,
tonight.
thank you, Kyle.
Y'all.